Hello, good morning. Okay, we're just going to start the seminar. We'll start with the session. I know that you guys are all eager to know exactly what ACCA is all about and how ACCA is going to help you guys out. I presume that everyone is has been doing graduation or is about to complete their graduation, or I could have people who have finished their graduation. I'm not very sure about it, but then you guys have already got the brief about the seminar. So I'll start with ACCA, as in what exactly is ACCA all about. So before going into all about the career aspects, the future goals, let me just talk about what ACCA is. Now, if you guys know about Indian Chartered Accountant Institute, which gives us the Indian CA, it's more or less same as when I say ACCA. It's the only UK version of it. Okay, so in UK, I've got 3 chartered accountants, which are chartered accountancy courses, which are being registered under British Royal Charter. ACCA is one of them. Now, you'll ask me that why in UK they've got 3 different institutes? Because in India you've just got the ICAI. See, in UK they don't feel that there could be one specific course to create professional. There could be multiple courses. They could have a different way of teaching it. They could have different subjects altogether. Some may be relevant to a particular stream like investment banking. Some may be relevant to a particular stream like accountancy when you're talking about journal entries. So that is one of the reason UK has kept a broad mind about it. But in India, it's been dominated by ICAI. Okay, so ACCA is headquartered in London, UK, and it's over 100 years old, as you can see on the screen what it says. It's been incorporated under British Royal Charter in 1904. Members and students are there in over 173 countries. Currently in India, there are very less members because it's forming its base in India. But if you compare, if you'll ask the number of members of ACCA in Middle East or maybe Singapore or Malaysia, UK, they will be in a plenty of numbers as compared to India. Because if you say Mumbai has got a total ACCA members which are only 20. As compared to UAE, it will have more than, I feel that it will have more than 50,000 or so. Total, so far they've got 1,62,000 members. 90%, not 90%, but at least 80% of them are from UK. But then those people have either migrated to Middle East, they've gone and settled in Singapore. So if you want to break up country-wise, you can get that information online on accglobal.com. They've got a global network of 89 offices. It's recognized and respected by over 8,500 approved employers. Now you'll ask me that where are these employers located? These employers are predominantly, as in the major number of employers would be from UK itself, but there are multinational firms which have got operations all over the world. So some of the companies may have their operations in India, so they do recognize ACCA by themselves. So when I say a big multinational firm, it will recognize ACCA in all the countries. Over 109 years of experience it has. It's got a proven reputation for quality and excellence. 79% of the employers say that ACCA helps grow their business by providing accountants with the skills and capabilities they need. As I said, that ACCA has got various streams inside it. It will not just be core accounting, but along with accounting, it will be more of business understanding point of view. If you want to become an investment banker, you can use ACCA as one of your route. If you want to be a CFO of a company, then you can use ACCA as the route. So these are some of the streams which 89% of the Forbes have recognized it. 75% of the Forbes from 2,000 companies, the top 2,000 companies from the Forbes, they recognize ACCA members and students. Okay, I think we started with, we started very quickly, and I couldn't brief you guys exactly who I am and what is my background and why am I speaking over here. My name is Ravi Ramchandani. I think you guys would have already got the notification that this person will be conducting the seminar. I am one of the ACCA members and I'm located in Mumbai. I'm working with Ernst & Young. It's been almost 4 years. I finished my ACCA in 2009. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next slide. Now, okay, this slide talks about how exactly what has been the recent trend in India As you all know that in India it's been dominated by the Indian Chartered Accountant Institute, right? But there has been a breakthrough because we got international financial reporting standards which is going to be implemented in India. All the Indian companies, whether they have a counterpart, if they have a counterpart in any of the foreign countries, like for example, I've got a company in UK and it has opened up its branch in India. They are supposed to follow certain standards when they are preparing their financial statements. Now in UK, the standards what they follow is known as International Financial Reporting Standard, which is IFRS. In India, you've got the Indian standards with which they report the financial statements. But recently, the government has changed the rules. They have said that all those multinational companies who have an operation in an international location, they still have to follow the IFRS standard. Now, Indian Chartered Accountant Institute does not cover IFRS. That is one advantage you're going to get if you do ACCA. A lot of chartered accountants from India, they are picking up diploma courses in ACCA since they have completed already their chartered accountancy. They're picking up either diploma courses in ACCA to get the IFRS certification, or they are actually enrolling for the entire ACCA course to get a grip on the entire course, since it's an international course. So I hope that everyone is clear about IFRS, because it says over here that importance of IFRS. A lot of people would not be aware about what exactly is IFRS. Okay, what are the drivers for growth? Increasing the appetite of young Indians to obtain high quality English qualifications. Now, what do we mean with this? See, Indian Chartered Accountant Institute, they require a person to be 12th plus. He needs to clear the 12th, and then they enroll that person for the first level of of chartered accountants in India. But a lot of people are not from English background. Their medium has been either their native language, so they complete the chartered accountancy course with a background of their native language. Once they are done with their chartered accountancy course, and when they apply with any of the companies, they fall short of skills, which is English language. Because the language has not been their main subject in their entire education. It's just during the chartered accountancy they pick up the English language. So this is a sort of a breakthrough. When you do ACCA, you have to mandatorily be English qualified. Your past qualification, when you completed your 12th, you need to be English. You need to know English language, then only you'll be able to do ACCA. And when you're performing or when you are enrolled for ACCA, then it will be entire qualification is going to be covered based on your skill, and it's going to improve your skill as well. So that is why it says that increasing the appetite of young Indians to obtain high quality English qualifications. All the examples, all the subject matter is being framed in UK, so it's been the language is being the UK language, the British language is being kept in mind while framing the entire course. So it's going to be an added advantage. Returning Indian students who have studied in foreign university where they had been exposed to ACCA also driving demand. So the example which I gave for not only the Indian students who are coming back from the foreign countries, but even the Indian students who have done their chartered accountancy in India, when they're picking up the diploma course, they are thinking about whether doing the entire ACCA course, because that's still going to help them out for future. Next point is employers supporting students to pursue the ACCA qualification. See, so far in India, this is just a trend which has started. I will not be able to guarantee or not be able to give you an assurity that the companies have started supporting this qualification immediately. It's in process. A lot of companies have started recognizing ACCA. The next step for them would be supporting the qualification. For example, if you're enrolled for ACCA and you're paying your yearly subscription fees for ACCA, it will not going to get reimbursed by your employer right now if you're in India. But if you're in UK or you're in Middle East, there you will get your membership amount paid by the company, because that's how they support. Similarly, in India, if you've done your chartered accountancy from India and you're enrolled with a company like Ernst & Young, or you're enrolled with PwC, they will pay you your annual subscription charges which you're paying to them, which you're paying to the Indian Chartered Accountant Institute. It is because to encourage people to take up those courses within the country. So companies will ensure that people in India do take up chartered accountancy in India. ACCA being an international course, it is now getting recognized, but the qualification stage is yet to be recognized completely. So they are going to start reimbursing all the cost. If you're planning to enroll for ACCA, they'll help you with paying your fees as well. But then as on date, it has not started. Globally recognized qualification, and it's got an international mobility. Now, as I said, that this course is a UK-based course, and it's got its presence in Middle East. It has also got its presence in Singapore. Once you finish your course, you can definitely move into any of these countries with your qualification. I may not be the right person to talk about the visa constraint, but yes, some of the countries like Australia, if you have your skill set done, if you're ACCA qualified, even if you are a normal chartered accountant qualified, they do recognize such chartered accountancy course as a skill set, and they do give visas based on that. In UK, it is a bit of a different situation right now, but in Middle East, you can immediately migrate. That should not be a problem. Building the future, ACCA is establishing mutually beneficial relationship with the stakeholders, including local bodies, universities, and learning providers. As you can see that EduPristine being one of the local body, ACCA has got a tie-up, has made a tie-up with EduPristine in recent months, and now it's one of the approved training providers in India. So also ACCA is looking out with the universities if some information could be given to the university, to the students directly through the university campus, but then that is in progress. I don't have the complete picture right now because it's in progress. Learning providers, EduPristine is one of the learning providers as well. So it's establishing the base in the last few years. Today it has quite established a bit, but then it's still got a lot of scope to increase. I'm just going to move on to the next slide. Okay, how can ACCA help Indian professionals? Okay, it's a rewarding global career. I've already mentioned it's an international degree. So no matter where you go, it will help you because it's a qualified chartered accountancy course. Members and students are there in over 173 countries. The best way to approach in any of the country, if you want to move into any country with the ACCA qualification, you can just go on the forums of ACCA, pick up, it'll give you the list of all the members in those particular countries. You can approach them directly. They'll be able to help you out with the jobs as well. Global network of 89 offices and active centers. ACCA qualification is globally recognized. Membership opens the door to professional opportunities throughout the world. See, as far as the membership is concerned, in India, the membership has got less relevance right now. The reason we have membership is so that you guys can, once you've finished your chartered accountancy course, you can sign the financial statements of a company. Since we are in India, it is still dominated by the Indian Chartered Accountant Institute. They will still have an upper hand to sign the books of accounts, but when you finish the course, you'll be able to work with them at par. The only difference would be you will not be in a position to sign any financial statements in India. Similarly, if you go to any country, if you go to UK, you'll be able to sign the financial statements with the membership number. But if you go to Middle East, there you don't have any procedure of signing the books of accounts because there are no tax laws over there. In Singapore, again, if you want to sign the books of accounts, you may have to do a law paper or a taxation paper of that particular country so that you could sign the books. In India, that's a similar case, but then yes, it's on a learning stage. Maybe in next 2 years or 3 years down the line, once ACCA is completely established or it has moved ahead, then we may get an opportunity to sign the IFRS books of accounts. As international career opportunities increase in number and the competition for jobs intensifies, ACCA membership represents an instantly recognizable badge that sets members apart. It's very self-explanatory. I don't have to explain this point. ACCA has got a global presence. There's a similar point which we have mentioned earlier. It's got recognized in 173 countries. Okay, what about global recognition? As I said that it's been recognized by 8,500 approved employers. There's a list of all the employers. At least a screenshot has been attached in the presentation, so you'll be able to see the employers who are there, at least the top end ones. Now, ACCA has secured recognition by a number of key educational regulatory globally. Official endorsement by education regulators is widely understood by employers, adding value to employer recognition for our qualification. ACCA is officially recognized supervisory body by UK, responsible for regulating statutory auditors. Now, within India, if you're practicing audit, if you're planning to work into any of the audit firms, they are happily accepting ACCA immediately at the first stage. So there are no progress going on where they are trying to convince the auditors to accept ACCA. ACCA is widely accepted into audit firms. ACCA is a founder member body of IFAC, which is International Federation Accountants. See, all these information would be very technical for you. It could be possible that it may bore you right now, you know. But what I would suggest that after the presentation seminar is over and we got free time, then you just go online, Google, just check exactly what is IFAC, International Federation of Accountants. Just check exactly what it is and which all accounting body gets reported to IFAC. You'll see ACCA is one of them. You'll see Indian Chartered Accountant Institute is also one of them. Australian CPAs, all of them, they've formed a body and they all report to this one international body. ACCA has got a mutual recognition arrangements. Now, as I said, ACCA from UK, but then it has got a link up with various countries. So what it does is that although being an UK dominated chartered accountancy course, it'll enter into Singapore and it'll tie up with the Singapore Chartered Accountant Institute. They'll tell them that we will send the students who have done ACCA, we want you to give them a recognition within the country. So then what happens is that if the local Chartered Accountant Institute agrees with it, then they have a tie-up. So that is how you can migrate into any of those countries. So when I say that you can go to Singapore, it is because ACCA has got a mutual recognition in Singapore. Similarly, you can go to UK, you can go to Middle East. Middle East has got no link-ups because it doesn't have its own chartered practice. It will invite all the chartered practices, whether it's from UK, US, India, or even from Australia. So there's no mutual recognition treaty signed in Dubai, but it is being recognized in the entire Middle East. Now, the next point says that employers value ACCA. 79% of the employers say that ACCA helps grow their business by providing accountants with skills and capabilities they need. As I mentioned that if you talk internationally, then yes, the employers do recognize ACCA very well. So within India, after you complete your ACCA, you want to pick up a job with a multinational firm, you will gonna get a job, that's for sure. But if you talk about Indian firms who are predominated by, or which companies are usually dominated by the Indian practices, they may give you a job, but then it will be one level below a chartered accountant, because that's how they want to keep. They still want to keep you in the firm because you know IFRS, but then such mid-sized firm may not recognize ACCA to that level as on date. After 2 years, yes, the things may change as well because of the IFRS implications. It has got some information. This slide has got some information on the right which says that how many members are there, how many students they have, 173 countries. Again, it's the same kind of an information which is given over here. Maybe if you guys want to just have a read, if you want to read the right hand side of the column employers value ACCA. I'm just going to move ahead with the slide. Okay. Now this slide talks about global influencers. ACCA's global reputation means that our members and elected officials are regularly invited to play a part in developing the profession at regional and international levels, creating or influencing policies that impact individual businesses and communities. Now this point is more or less from that aspect. When you become a member, post becoming a member, there are further levels within ACCA. You become an FCCA as well. Once you become an FCCA, then they will allow you in their board meetings, they will ask you for your reviews about the policies, how the policy should be framed of a particular country. So you could reach at that level, but then this is post you finish your ACCA, post you become a member, you spend another 5 years with ACCA, then this point gets applicable. ACCA and its members play a key role in building the global accountancy professions, working with many other bodies at international, regional, and local levels. As I said, that the example of Singapore is ideal for this particular line. It's strongly represented in key accounting organizations and committees such as IFAC. As I already mentioned, IFAC is the body with which ACCA, Indian CA, CPA, everyone has got registered because they are accountancy firm. The Confederation of Asia Pacific Accountants, that is CAPA, European Financial Reporting Advisory Group, the ASEAN Federation of Accountants, and the Federation des Experts Compatibles Europeans. So these are some of the bodies with which ACCA has got a tie-up. Developing future finance leaders, professional accountants, and financial leaders. Now, as I mentioned, that ACCA is the core subject of ACCA is related to finance field altogether, but then yes, some of the subjects are also related to current markets, which will be more from a business analyst point of view and not from a financial role. So in finance, when I'm talking about people in finance, there could be people who are doing accounting, hardcore accounting, preparing financial statements, but there are certain people who analyze these financial statements and provide a valuation for the company. Those kind of aspects could also get covered in ACCA because there are certain subjects which provide such aspects. Respected for ethics and professional integrity. In today's business world, professionalism, accountability, and unwavering compliance with high standards of corporate and individual behavior are the focus of heightened attention from public, media, governments, and regulators. It's a very generic statement which all accountancy firm will have. Ethics and integrity, even if you go for an Indian chartered firm, Indian Chartered Accountant Institute, they will have the similar sort of an ethics and integrity. They are more or less standard. ACCA places a strong emphasis on ethics and good governance. When I say good governance, everyone I think would be aware now about governance because our current government keeps talking about good governance. So now people are getting aware about what exactly is governance. 1 year ago, if I would have asked you guys, do you know about governance? Maybe some of you would have known, some of you would not have known. But now after the new government coming into picture, everyone knows exactly what governance is. Governance means that you have a good standard within a company, or whether it's in the company or within the country, you're performing all the standards. There are all rules and regulations laid down, and it's a sort of a checklist which says that we have complied with everything. That is what governance is all about. Employees value the principles of goodwill, strong ethics, integrity, fairness, and reputation that ACCA members bring to their organization. 1 second, I'll just change the slide. Okay. Career opportunities across sectors. Not only is ACCA qualification globally recognized and highly portable, it offers members the flexibility to build their careers across any sector they choose. Sectors could be any. It could be a telecom sector, it could be a technology sector, it could be a finance sector altogether, the banking sector. ACCA as a qualification, with ACCA as a qualification, you can enter any of these sectors because all these sectors have got financial roles within their company. So that is one of the reasons it's globally accepted by the company. ACCA qualification equips members with technical strength and business insights alongside sound financial management skills, strong ethics. Global research into our members' work and earnings underlines the portability and flexibility of the ACCA qualification, with members enjoying a wealth of opportunity in organization of every type and size. So as I said, that whether it's a medium-sized firm or it's a large MNC, you will get an opportunity once you finish your ACCA. You could become a part of their company, but it depends which size of company you pick. If you pick a medium-sized company, then you will have a competition with the Indian chartered accountants. But if you pick a multinational company, they will treat you on par. Our members hold a variety of senior positions ranging across professional services. So yes, as I mentioned, that ACCA has also got its own career segment within the ACCA Global webpage. If you go on accglobal.com, they have got a career section. On that section, they list down all the jobs which are available in respective countries. 2 years ago, there was they had not put anything about India. They had not put jobs available in India. But today, if you log in on accglobal.com, you will see that there are 2 or 3 jobs being posted for India. That means that they have started recognizing the course within India. Nearly 90% of the employers said that ACCA qualification was relevant to all the employment sector. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide now. Okay, this is the list which actually everyone would like to see, because this is all this talks about the approved employers who are there listed with ACCA. So if you see, the first line says Big Four. Now these are the firms which are there within India as well: PwC, EY, KPMG, and Deloitte. These are hardcore accounting firms. They are into consulting, advisory, they do tax work, they do audit, they do every sort of thing which you can get within India. So once you complete your ACCA, then if you approach to any of these firms, these are the firms which will happily take you on board. In fact, one of the jobs which are got listed on the ACCA Global website, if you log in the India section, I think it is EY who has listed the job. Okay, just give me 1 second. Right. I was talking about the big four accounting firms, PwC, EY, KPMG, Deloitte. So ACCA Global website has listed one of the jobs on EY. They have done a tie-up in Delhi with EY, and they have started listing the jobs on the ACCA portal. So as I said, that the more it's going to progress in 6 months, 1 year down the line, you'll start seeing more job opportunities. Like the companies which are listed over here, some of them have got their offices over here. You can walk into their companies, you can ask for the HR person, they'll be able to help you out whether they recognize ACC or not. Like if you look at JP Morgan Chase, it is located within India. They've got an office in Bombay. If you apply into their compliance side, they will accept ACCA immediately. Similarly, there are a lot of these forms. Maybe if you want, when you have time, you can just go over on their websites, on these companies' website, and see exactly how they are accepting ACCA. But then these are approved ACCA employers. Once you finish your ACCA qualification, once you finish with your theory side where you give your exams and all, then you have to give like a sort of 3 years of work experience to get the membership number. Now, if you have worked with any of these companies which are listed over here, right, they will immediately give you a membership number once you've completed 3 years. They will not ask you for any sort of a return. They will not ask you for any sort of a justification that why you should get a membership number. Whereas if you work with any of the mid-sized firms in India, which are not there right now on the list, they will ask you questions that why they should give a membership number to you. Although it's a very easy process, it's not a cumbersome process, but then yes, it is one of the stages where you can avoid those sort of steps and just get into one of such firms which are listed on as an approved employers. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Structure of ACCA exam. See, there are total 14 papers in ACCA. It depends if you guys are already graduate, then there could be some exemptions for you guys. But if you're not a graduate, then you'll have to give all 14 papers. It starts from down and it moves right upwards. So if you see F1, F2, F3 being the knowledge paper, these are the papers, these three are the papers which are computer-based exams. You don't have to write your, it's an exam, in the examination center, you'll be given a computer, you'll have to, it's more of a multiple choice questions, and the answers, as in the marks of those papers are being given to you immediately there and therein, once you're done with your exam. Moving above, if you go to F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, these are all the papers on skills level. So these are all written exams. I believe F4, which is the corporate law, they are planning to convert it into a computer-based exam. Yes, but F5 to F9, they are still theoretical exams. You still have to go give the paper, write all the questions, write all the answers of the questions, and your results come after like 1.5 to 2 months once you've given the exam. Once you finish with the skill set, then you move on to the professional levels. Now these are the main core papers. 3 papers, P1, P2, P3. They are mandatory papers. You cannot have an option among them. But once you're finished with P1, P2, P3, you move on to the optional papers. You've got P7, P6, P5, P4. Out of these papers, you can pick any 2, depending upon the specialization or the area in which you want to specialize. For example, when I say that you want to be a taxation person, you can pick up P6. You want to be into audit, you can pick up P7. If you want to understand the markets, you want to be an investment banker, you want to start something in investment banking, you can pick up P5 and P4 because they are predominantly, they talk about markets, how to evaluate a company. Now, there are certain additional degrees which are lined up if you finish while you're doing your ACCA course. For example, if you finish your F1, F2 and F3, which are the knowledge papers, once you finish that, you'll get a diploma in accountancy. Once you move up the ladder, you've finished F4 to F9, you'll get an advanced diploma in accountancy. Once you're finished till F9, you've completed your right from F1 to F9, you've finished all the papers, you'll get an option where you can apply for BSc, that is Bachelor's in Oxford, from your bachelor's degree from Oxford Brookes University in UK. What they look at is that you've finished all your papers from F1 to F9, plus they will also ask you for sort of a assignment, which is a thesis. You have to prepare around 6,000 words thesis. I'm not sure exactly the number of words, but I remember last time it was 6,000. So you have to prepare some thesis on a particular topic. You have to submit. They'll evaluate, and once the thesis is approved, you get a bachelor's degree from Oxford Brookes University, which is in UK. Once you've finished all your papers right up till the professional level, you can apply for your membership number. but you need practical experience for that. Your practical experience could be before you start ACCA. So if you have not started ACCA and you've already secured some 3 years of experience, that experience will be counted. If you are working during your your study time, as in when you started your ACCA course, you started giving exams, you picked up a job as well, then that experience is going to get counted for 3 years. And obviously post qualification, once you finished your course, for post qualification you will also get your practical experience for 3 years. Once you get your 3 years experience, you get a membership number. Okay, now are we clear on this slide? Do we have is everyone in sync with this slide? Okay, great. I've got most of the confirmation from you guys. One second. Okay, so this is what the slide talks about. Whatever I've mentioned in words, it's written on the slide. It says that diploma in accounting and business on completion of F1 to F3, advanced diploma in accounting and business on completion from F1 to F9, BSc from, which is bachelor's degree from Oxford Brookes University on completion of F1 to F9, and you have to give a research and analysis project submitted to Oxford Brookes. Membership number once you've finished exams, 3 years of work experience, and there is a professional ethics module. It's more like a checklist sort of thing. It's a web-based module. You don't have to separately pay for this module. It is available once you finish your F9. It will be on your screen. Once you log in on ACCA, you can just, it's an online session. You just have to attend the session and you're done with the professional ethics module. You get a membership. Now, after you finish your ACCA, which other institutes could be important? One, membership of Institute of Internal Auditor. If someone wants to be an auditor, then they can actually apply for this particular membership. You have to give 3 additional papers for it based on your ACCA. Membership of Singapore is immediate conversion. Membership of Malaysia is immediate conversion. Membership of Hong Kong is immediate conversion. Okay, is everyone clear about this slide? Can I see your hands? Okay, great. Right. The syllabus, it's all been broken down into the top headings, which were knowledge level, skills level, professional level, which are essentials, the 3 mandatory papers, and professional level optional, which are 2 papers from the 4. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide. This is a bit more about what exactly each subject is all about. When you talk about F1, it is more of accountant in business. It will talk about how exactly a business organization is, what are the cultures they follow, how is the sort of an operation within a normal organization, what are the types of organization. It will just give you an understanding of how an entire organization looks like. F2 is management accounting. It will talk about more from a cost aspect. Some of the costs which are mentioned over here, cost accounting of techniques, absorption, marginal cost, short-term decision-making, budgeting, and standard costing. F3 is about more from a financial reporting side. So when your statements are being reported, how do they look, exactly what compliance needs to be followed, what sort of entries are being passed, how a trial balance is being prepared, what are the basic entries. So this gets covered in F3. This is just the knowledge, these are just the knowledge-based papers to give an understanding exactly what an organization looks like and how does it operate along with the accounting side. Okay, is everyone clear with this slide? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide now. Okay, F4, it's a corporate law and business law. Now, all those people who are about to finish their graduation or they have finished their graduation, for them this paper is going to be either at least the people who have finished their graduation, the paper is going to get exempted for them, F4. But then all those people who are currently doing their graduation, during your graduation, if you're doing BCom, you'll have a subject law. It's more or less the same. It's just that it's going to cover some of the matters from UK, the law names, the name of the cases and all, it will be all from UK. Otherwise, the law pattern is entirely same as what Indian law follows. F5, performance management, it talks about the market, as I said, it will talk about how you value a company, how do you budget, how do you prepare standard costing, how do you do a variance analysis. F6 is taxation. F7, financial reporting. Now this is very important if you're looking at IFRS standards. This is a paper which is actually required if you are planning to pursue anything in IFRS. F8 is audit and assurance. F9, financial management. more or less from investment appraisal, business finance. This is again, this paper is also from the investment banking point of view. Is everyone clear with this slide? Okay, great. I'm going to move on to the next slide. These are the three mandatory papers, the core papers. Professional accountant, governance, it will talk about drug governance, internal controls, how do you identify a risk, value, ethics, more theoretical based paper. P2, corporate reporting. This is the advanced paper for your normal reporting paper which we saw before. This is linked to IFRS. P3, business analysis, strategic positions, strategic choices. How do you make your strategic choices if you're running a business? This is the paper which covers all such sort of information. Okay, should I move on to the next slide? Please raise your hand. Okay, these are the papers from which you'll have to pick two papers as in the optional ones. P4, advanced financial management, advanced form of the financial management which we saw, which was I think F8. Advanced performance management, F6, advanced taxation, advanced audit and assurance. More of a specialization point of view. If you want to specialize in any particular stream, then you pick up one of the papers. Okay, should I move on to the next slide? Great. Now this slide talks about how the exams are. F1 to F3 online exams all around the year. You can give the exams whenever you want. It's not a fixed date specified for such exams. Exam dates for F4 to F9 and P1 to P7. Since these are all theory papers, it's been fixed in June and December. And your results are being published after 2 months of the particular exam date. Exam passing rate, it will all depend upon the subjects. If you really want to do a deep analysis of how the passing rate is, each paper has got a passing rate analysis on their website of ACCA. If you go on accglobal.com, pick up the paper, type in the paper name, search for the passing rate, you'll get an analysis of another, like I think 3 to 4 years. It'll tell you minimum passing rate for each paper. If you really want to clear the paper is 50%. But if you want to understand exactly what is the passing percentage of that paper, how many people actually pass that paper, that will be available online. You can just go online and check it on ACCA. But on an average, it is between 40 to 50% as compared to an Indian CA, which is only 2 to 3%. Exemptions, if you're BCom, if you've done your BCom, MCom, you'll get an exemption from F1 to F4. If you're a CA inter MBA, you'll get an exemption from F1 to F3. If you've completed your CA, you'll get exempted from F1 to F9, and for CS, which is Company Secretary course, if you've done that, then you'll get an exemption from F4, which is Law. Are we all clear with this slide? If yes, then please raise your hand. Okay, great. Okay, these are the timings and the training schedule which EduPristine follows for all the papers. I may not be the right person for this, but you can definitely get in touch with the respective person or the counselor from EduPristine. And they will be able to brief you about how many hours they take, how many hours session they conduct for each paper. I'm going to move on to the next slide. This slide again talks about the professional level. Okay, right. Now this is more from EduPristine point of view that they have tied up with the Becker Professional Education. Becker Professional Education is a gold certified publisher for ACCA. They provide the books for ACCA. So since EduPristine has got a tie-up with them, all those students who get enrolled with EduPristine will get their books. There are various publishers for ACCA, but then this is one of the prestige one. Students will have access to free materials and doubt clearing support. Materials, there are revision lectures, full-length mock exams after each subject. Support, online access to live lectures and recording, a doubt-solving forum to interact with faculty and fellow students. Okay, can I move on to the next slide? Right. Now, why ACCA? This talks about the international recognition. It's already recognized in UK. Highest standard of competence in the field of accountancy across the globe. ACCA is what a world's leading and fastest growing international accountancy organization with 162,000 members, 428,000 students in 173 countries. Now, this is what I was talking to you about, preferential migration. If you're planning to move to Australia, Canada, UK, New Zealand, Ireland, then yes, this degree was going to be very much useful for you guys. Career growth, the ACCA qualification helps develop successful careers in field of accounting, banking, management, consulting, and is a major advantage in competing for senior roles. Job opportunities, ACCA has more than 8,500 approved employers, and they've got high standard of employee learning and development programs as well. Now ACCA versus CA, I've already given you more or less a brief description about how ACCA is different compared to an Indian CA, but you can see all those information written over here. ACCA is a UK membership of internal auditor if you give 3 papers, membership of Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong. But if you've done your Indian CA, then you don't get a tie-up with any other institute. Now they have, because ACCA has already got tie-up with such countries, the Indian CA has also started looking at this aspect as well. They are trying to do a tie-up with the UK chartered body, not ACCA, but the other one, which is Institute of Chartered Accountants from England and Wales. They may in future will have a tie-up with ACCA as well. So far the news is not confirmed, but then yes, it is in pipeline. They are planning to have the tie-up with them. Okay. Additional certificates, you get bachelor's in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University, advanced diploma in accounting and business. In Indian CA you don't get anything else. Fees, you can see 3 lakhs for ACCA, 2.5 lakhs for CA. Duration 2 years, CA takes 5 years. It could be more than that also depending upon your passing percentage. As I said, that the passing percentage is either between 2 to 4%, not more than that. Examination centers, both have got India. ACCA has got examination centers around the globe as well. So if you're traveling anywhere, you're planning to give exams in Singapore, you can give the exams from Singapore as well. Salary packages, 4 to 10 lakhs, 3 to 10 lakhs. See, from salary point of view, it's going to be on par because India still is dominated by the Indian Chartered Accountant Institute. So the salary would be still on par. Passing percentage is what I was talking about, 45 to 50% for ACCA and 2 to 3% for the Indian CA. Okay, should I move on to the next slide? Okay, right. I hope everyone is clear on this. I think I may have missed out a few questions. During the seminar, I'm actually not looking at the questions which have been raised by people. I'm planning to answer them once I'm done with the seminar because most of your questions would get answered during the seminar. That's one of the reasons I may not have looked at the questions. But all those people who had questions, why ACCA to be taken on as a not Indian CA and why ACCA, then this is the answer for it. Looking at the distinction made between ACCA and the Indian CA. If you've got any further question on this, maybe then I could answer it once I'm done with the seminar. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Right, now a few of the colleges that have a tie-up with the ACCA, you've got Symbiosis, which is SCAC, Symbiosis College of Arts and Commerce, Symbiosis College of Management Studies, SCDL, SJC, we got Stella Maris, APG Group, you got Christ University, Ness Wadia College of Commerce, Amity University. These are some of the universities and colleges which have got a tie-up with ACCA now. The number are going to increase in future for sure. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next slide. What customers say about ACCA? Now these are some of the feedbacks which are directly from the respective person. Maybe if you would like to read by yourself, it'll be better. Great, okay. Right, now this is something about EduPristine. I think the right person for this would be the counselor who's sitting next to me. You just have to bear with me for a second. I'm just going to put the I'm going to give the mic to him. He'll be in the right position to talk about EduPristine. However, before giving the mic to him, now please ask me questions, whatever you felt or you would like to know about ACCA, because once I give the mic to the counselor, he'll be talking about EduPristine, what exactly is EduPristine into. So if you have any questions right now for ACCA, please ask me those questions. I'll be in the position to answer them. Fine, I've got the chat window open. If you've got any questions, please type in the questions. I'll be able to answer. Probably I'm going to unmute you as well if your question is not clear. Right, so far I have not received any questions. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give the mic to the counselor Nitin, and he's going to take you guys forward on the seminar. In case you come up with any question on ACCA, you still want to ask any question, you can just write in the question over here on the chat window, and then maybe I'll answer to it. Okay, so that's all from my side, and thank you guys for being there, and hope you have a nice day. I'm going to give the mic to Nitin now.
Hello. Hi everyone, this is Nitin Yadav. I basically represent EduPristine. Hope you all understood everything related to ACCA now. Uh, as I mentioned, we are the authorized learning providers for ACCA trainings in India. So in terms of the classroom trainings, the live online trainings, in fact, the webinar which you all just attended is exactly how a webinar, is exactly how the online classrooms will be held. So for all these students who who are located probably across the places where we do not have our classrooms trainings available, this is how the mode of training will be for you all. And for the students who come in from cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, it's going to be live classroom trainings. So as we've already made it clear that in terms of the course materials, it's the Becker's course materials that you'll get. And in terms of the trainings, we provide weekend trainings so that the students who are studying their commerce or the people who are working, they do not have any problems, or their studies or work is not rendered because of ACCA classes. So we will be having it only on weekends, and it's going to be conducted on 6 hours each. I understand that you all have received emails from us, that you all would have received emails from Neha, from my end as well. So I would request, in case of any queries, since I cannot see any questions typed right now, you all can get in touch with us on the respective email IDs and the contact numbers, which is also mentioned on that, and then maybe we can take it forward. Right. So thank you all so much for attending the seminar and giving your valuable time. I hope we were able to, clear all your queries related to ACCA. Thank you so much.